Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US Indices report with Elliott Wave and trading levels. Starting with the SP 500 here, as you know, we've been working through a bearish count, this one here, and also a bullish count as well. So we'll also be looking at both of those and also the NASDAQ and perhaps a couple of NASDAQ stocks as well. So the SP 500 here in terms of intermediate wave 3 over here, an A wave, a B wave over here as a smaller minute degree, A, B and C here for minor wave B, and then looking for 5 waves down here at minute degree for minor wave C of intermediate wave 4. So we have wave 1 down through to here, and we're looking for wave 2 to pull back as an ABC pattern. And I guess that just on the outside of things is that if this low here is breached, then we can look to go short at that point. A better way to do that would be working towards the 2,700 level here, and having that as a retested resistance would also give you the same result as well. So just on the 4-hour chart and drilling in here a little bit, it would look a little bit like this here. So the interesting thing here is that the move up through here so far appears to be in 5 waves, so we would need to call that wave A here, and then I can just remove these now a little bit. We'll look at this in a bit more detail here. A little bit later on the bullish side of things, not that that's going to take precedent over the bearish side of things, but it'll just give us a little bit more detail. But basically that's where we're expecting that to pull back into the 61.8%. So as wave B here, so we really need to allow this to play out. I mean, I've gone over this here, and there is a possibility that the whole ABC pattern is already incorporated in this particular move here, but I like to be sure, so that let's just wait for this short trade setup. The short trade setup will also try and find a way to get in, copy that, a little bit higher up through here as well. If this is 5 waves here, and we'll look at that in detail, and then we get 3 waves here back into the box here, and then we get 5 waves up here. Now, even if it was bullish, at the end of 5 waves here, we could sell it right on the nose here, and then we would get some reprieve as it came back, but it could still be bullish and move up from that point. But we may be able to get to break even or close to it, before being stopped out, or we would be in a really nice position to look to add into wave 3 here. But also too, it's worthwhile looking at, while we're here in this wave 3 here, if I can just remove that, we'll also be looking for 5 waves here. So it would be logical for the market to come back down here and bounce back up here, wouldn't it, in 3, well, it'd be bounced up in 3 waves to the 50, anywhere between sort of 40 and 60%, and then down into this number here, and probably spend a bit more time here as a wave 4, and then down into this wave 3 here. So we will be looking for 5 waves in this sequence. So we really need to navigate wave 2 here. This is the tricky little guy. So it's no point in really shorting just here, is there? Or even right on here if we're going to get another bounce on here. So then a short trade can take place. If I can just copy that, put that in there. I'm just looking for the outset. So I mean, there's many roads to Rome, as they say. It doesn't matter what you're doing, what you do, as long as you know what you're doing. But you do need to, understand the basic structure of this impulse wave here and how to move into it. So any sort of position up here would be sort of safer from the 61.8% retracement level, or you may want to take some profit here and then ride this out here. So there's so many different ways to do things, and everybody does something different. You can give people the same amount of money and trade the same things. They will put more money in on a certain bet and less on others, and they'll all come out differently. So it is a little bit tricky. Right, I'll just save that and we'll have a look at the bullish count. So bullish count is here, so we just get this in here. So squash all this up, wave 3 up here, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave for wave 4 here, and we've got 5 waves up here of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1 of minor degree, and then pulling back for wave 2 here of minor degree. Okay, so this is kind of interesting here. Just let me clean the dishes up here from last time. So this will soon resolve itself here, these two counts, because I mean at the moment here we can have this as wave 1 here, A wave here, B wave here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave C of 2 here. And this move here that we had as A wave before, that can be wave 1 now. And then this can be wave 2 now. Coming in here, we'll let it come down a bit further. I'll just move that down to here. Don't really need that one, just that number's more of an intraday thing. So that means that we could look to go long here, really, couldn't we? So I mean, even if you're shorting the market, you could also go long here as well. If this here is an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here. So first of all, we'll be looking down. Actually, I won't do too much detail in there. I'll do detail in another space where it's a little bit better. So on the 2-hour chart here, we can look at this as, copy this as wave 1 here. Wave 2 we could put down to here, and I think I might just get rid of that, and I think I'll just even drift over to the 1-hour chart. Okay, so So 2710 is basically the 61.8% mark. So you could look to go long from that point. You could also look to the 2700 obviously is important, right? If that becomes a retested resistance, we'll look to go short. On the long side, then if the market drops below we've got group 1 here, 10, 20 and 30, okay? So if the market drops down to the 10 here and then comes back up and finds support on top of the 20 here, so let's just say that the market drops down to here, then wiggles across the 20 here and finds support here, then moves up to here and finds support on here, then it's going to move up to here. So we could borrow this over here, copy that. These for ones that want to go long. We can go long on there and we can go long on there. Now I would probably suggest taking profit here on the 50 area here, just in case this is an A wave, a B wave and a C wave to this particular point here. If support is found on 50, which will be the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then some type of ABC correction, and then if support is found, then we can go long again from that point there. Okay, so that's how we'll climb to the upside. We'll also know too that when we get the markets come down here, say for this wave 2 area here, we look at this as an A wave here, and then a B wave here, and then a C wave here. The C, I'll just exaggerate it, C wave here would be on more of an angle. If that's wave A here, then wave C will be on more of an angle. If, however, it's going to be wave 3 here, then wave 3 is going to be more powerful than wave 1 here. So in that case, we would see the market down as wave 2 here, and then wave 1 up here, wave 2 here, and then would see wave 3 build up. So if you, I'm exaggerating slightly here, but if you, this is where you get to the personality of the wave structures. This would be a wave 3 compared to wave 1 here, and this would be a C wave compared to wave A here. So if it's lazy here, then you'll know that it's likely to be wave C, and then you'll need to you know, be a little bit more diligent and have tighter stops and so on at that point. Yeah, that's sort of about it really. I mean, I'll just save that. The tick chart's not going to tell us anything else. It pretty much I mean, the other thing here too, I guess, is that when I go into the tick chart here, if I count all this up from the low here, that being the low here, and looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 5 waves up for wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here, with 5 waves in it, of course, and wave 4 and wave 5 here. We do get 5 waves here, so I'm looking at this as an A and a B and a C wave back into this box here, around the 10 mark here. So you could go long you know, if that's breached here, but we talked about if this comes down here just a tad further here, then find support here, then you can go long from here, then go long from here, and then move up into this point here. So we were looking at going long here before, and we're also looking at going with a stop here, and I hope you've done trading into Friday night. You would have exited as a day as an intraday trader for sure, but on the short side would be over here. But I also that there would be a small case for this being an A wave and a B wave, or even an A and a B and a C to here, and then 5 waves up from this point here, because we're quite close to the 50-60% retracement level here. So if all fails and this continues to come straight down here, don't forget that you need to be short under this level here. So I can't move that across past the price here, but if this becomes a retested resistance here, you need to be short here. Okay. With some of the NASDAQ stocks, Amazon here, we're looking at this being an A wave here, then an A and a B and a C for the B wave into this space here, and then looking for one more move to come down into this space here. So that's there. The Tesla one's a little bit different. We're looking for, you can see this as wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 here. We're looking for wave 4 to come back, which it has done. It's got a nice ABC here. It still may come down here a little bit further in wave C here and move up, but we're still looking at that as a wave 4 here, and we're actually long in that. We're also long in Etsy here, so we're also looking at this being corrective pattern across here, as such as on the medium level here, wave 40 here, which is a medium level here for this. So I'll just put that in here. I don't want to spend too much time on this here though. So just looking at these, so Tesla and Etsy here as being bullish. We're still seeing well, I can just look at Facebook quickly. This pattern in here is, it appears to be corrective, but it's unfinished, so it needs to come down further, and it's reacting, just a reaction, the arrival and the reaction from a major trading level here at 200, or trading level, major trading level 2 here. So it's still got weakness to go in there, and also Apple as well. Here, the thing with Apple is that from the high here we can see 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, so we can expect this to play out here as an A and a B and a C wave, and then further down from here as well, from this point. Yeah, so there's different stories driving the NASDAQ, so we just need to be a little bit careful. And let's just look at the NASDAQ for a moment. So on the NASDAQ, we've got two counts, but basically this is the 4-hour chart here. We pretty much know what we've been looking at previously. So in this case here, it's possible to have wave B up here, all right? The same as the S&P 500, and then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down through to here, and then have an A wave here, just like we're looking at with the S&P 500, a B wave and a C wave moving into this box, and then move down from that point. Okay, the other count for this is that we have wave 1 here, and we have an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here, and we have wave 1 here coming back for wave 2, and then up for wave 3, which would pull back a little bit there and just continue higher here. So I won't go into a lot of detail here because I still want this to play out. I think we're working on the hourly chart here. So yeah, I just need to, I'm not going to be able to resolve this just yet. I'll be able to resolve it once we've got, like we're same thing again, long here, short coming back in here. We can look to go long again over here once this B wave is sorted out here. This is 5 waves, ABC here, and then up into this space here. So we need to work out if we have copy here, wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3 would be up here, or do we have the A wave there, the B wave here, and C wave to this point here? So I don't need to get into it here, but be the same as the S&P. We need to wait from this point here, and the reason for showing those other stocks there is because there are stocks that support the 1 and 2 and 3, and there's stocks that support the A, the B, and the C wave here. So there's no general census there for me for this market just yet. So, but we do need to wait for this A wave, B wave, and C wave coming into this box here. So this is what we need to be working through over the next few sessions. Once we're free of this, we've either got a third wave or we're going to be into a bear wave. Then we've got ourselves a trend, right? So we just don't know it just yet. But in the meantime, the move up here is completed. We're looking for a 61.8% retracement level, or 50 or 60, which will come pretty close to the 7,000. And then to the upside. If the 7,000 becomes a very clear retested resistance, well, then we'll go short from that point there as well. But in the meantime, we need to just wait things out a little bit, and you will be able to find your way in if you want to trade that wave C to the upside as such there. And we'll be able to look at this better in the next session there, and you can just keep an eye on the charts as well. Alrighty, sorry for rambling on. Thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.